Yo, what's going on, WSPL? This is your commissioner here bringing you a GBA Week 5 Game of the Week. That was a little World Cup intro music to get you hyped up for the rest of the World Cup. I'm loving it right now. I don't know if you guys are watching. USA just won today over Ghana, getting our revenge over the Ghanaians who have gonorrheal disease and gonorrhea, and we ended up beating them today, so it was a little World Cup intro music. But let's move on to the analysis of this game of the week, narrated by yours truly. This is week 5 of the GBA. We have the Milwaukee Mawiles facing off against the Atlanta Bravebirds. So as you can see, I made logos for everyone. They're not very professionally done, but hey, the Mawiles logo over here, you borrowing the Milwaukee Brewers M and using a Mawile. And then Pat's logo over here. Pat is the coach of the Atlanta Bravebirds, with the Atlanta Hawks logo. And then Swallow, his mascot, who we're probably going to see today. And he might want to bring it. Mark Tan, who coached the Milwaukee Mawiles, is sitting at a 1-3 record. Not a favorable record. So he had a lot of pressure on him from the front office. The front office wanted results, and they weren't seeing results. So Mark Tan had used all of his 3 ad drops to completely revamp most, if not all, of his defensive core, except for maybe Fabregas. And he had made 3 free agent ad drops, which we can talk about later when we get to that section. So we might see some people that are going out on their last hurrah. I don't know if they're getting cut yet. But depending on the match, whether win or lose, we're going to see some Pokemon get cut from the team, and they're going to be packing their bags, and they're going to be hitting the free agent market. So we'll see how they perform with their last hurrah if Mark decides to bring any of them. Pat is sitting at a 2-2 record. He came out of the gates 2-0 and then has lost 2 straight, so trying to avoid his 3rd straight loss. Looking at his current roster, it is the same that he drafted. And as far as stat-wise goes, we have Heatran leading his team at a +3, who has only came to 1 game so far. Coach has only decided to bring Heatran to 1 game so far. And then Mega Venusaur right behind him with 5 kills and 2 deaths, sitting at a +3. So those are his 2 top performers. But like I said, Heatran has only shown up to 1 game, so we'll see if we see him today. Going back to Mark, he has dropped Bronzong, Porygon 2, and Goodra. And next week you will see a Whimsicott, a Vaporeon, or a Chansey from him. So like I said, these Bronzong, Porygon 2, and Goodra, keep an eye out for any of those people playing today. They don't know that their bags are being packed, but this is going to be their last hurrah. So let's see if they can give Mark a little extra effort in this match. Maybe crits, maybe some hacks here and there. I know a couple of them might carry Ice Beam. We'll see if a freeze comes, but they're gonna. They don't know it yet, but let's see if they give Mark one last parting shot, one last ditch effort before they are sent packing. So as far as stat leaders on Mark's team, let's search this, and let's look at here. We have I don't think he's a stat leader, but Milwaukee. Conkeldurr. We can highlight Conkeldurr, who has 7 kills on the GBA so far, and has been brought to every single match so far. He has 3 deaths, but he's sitting at a +4, and that is definitely Mark's top performer. He does have a lot of walls that haven't really killed a lot of things, and are kind of sitting at the bottom of the plus-minus list as far as kills and deaths goes, but that doesn't mean they have not contributed. I know there's been a lot of people setting up trick rooms for Conkeldurr to sweep in, so they've been giving a lot of assists to Conkeldurr, and Conkeldurr has carried the shoulder of the load. They've only won 1 game so far, so I'm not surprised not to see a lot of people not at the top of the kill death list for Mark. So he's got a lot of work to do. no doubt. But that's why he revamped his team. So that was kind of a breakdown so far of where these guys have been. So let's jump right into the match here. As far as predictions, you know what? I'm not too sure. I didn't really look at the people beforehand. I think maybe bringing in Umbreon could do a lot of work, but then they really not against that Conkeldurr. If Pat brings an Umbreon, the Sableye with some Prankster Will-O-Wisp might help. We could see Swellow giving some priority quick attacks if he's in a Trick Room. But Swellow will definitely get walled by the Cofagrigus and the Bronzong. So just off the top of my head, those are some matchups to look out for, and we'll see what happens. So we're gonna hop right into the match here. Trillhouse113 is Pat. He is the coach of the Atlanta Bravebirds, and Tanimal814 is the Milwaukee Mawiles, which is Mark Tan. So we're gonna set it to, let's go slow. Maybe I can squeeze out a couple more thoughts in between decisions and things like that. And we're going to play with the music on. I don't think this is too loud. Let's bring it right down to here. So we're going to play with the music on here. And let's hop right into the match. So as far as leads go, Mark does lead with the Bronzong. And it looks like he's bringing Cresselia, who I'm not sure if Cresselia has an appearance yet. No, Cresselia does not have an appearance yet. So we get both good luck from the competitors, but Cresselia is making his or her. I'm not sure if Cresselia is a girl or boy, but is making his first appearance. He does bring the Goodra and the Bronzong, who aren't aware that they're going to get dropped next week. So we'll see if they give a mighty effort. The Conkeldurr, who has been the MVP so far, and the Mega Mawile, who could play rough a lot of things. Who could play rough that Sableye, but the Sableye could get a Will-O-Wisp off on it. Heatran is making a second appearance for Pat. He is bringing a Zelf, who has done a lot of special sweeping for him in his 2 wins so far. He's bringing Blastoise and Venusaur, Mega Venusaur, 2 first-gen starters. The Swellow, it does make an appearance, and then Sableye. So no Umbreon on Pat's part, and there's someone else I'm missing, but let's not get into it. So we have a Bronzong Sableye matchup here. Victor the Bronzong, and I could see maybe good play by Pat. He goes for the taunt, so no Trick Room and no Stealth Rocks can be set up. So Pat gets off to a good start here. We'll see what he wants to do. He gets a foul play off, and that does close to half. A Gyro Ball isn't going to do much to that Sableye. I'm not sure if Pat's going to want to will it here, because on foul play it'll do less. I could see Mark switching right here, and he does switch. Let's see what he wants to go into. He goes into the Mega Mawile. If Pat... Let's turn this down a little bit more. We'll see if Pat went for the Will-O-Wisp here. His foul plays would do less, but he might just want to get residual damage. No, he does get the foul. He does go for another foul play. And Pat can probably stay in here and Will-O-Wisp and maybe live a play raw. I don't know. It is a Mega Mawile. It is stab. But at least Pat will get a Will-O-Wisp off on this thing. And he does land the Will-O-Wisp. That is severely crippling the Mega Mawile. A play rough is still going to take him out, even after the Will-O-Wisp. So I'm not sure. I think that sacrifice might have been worth it, though, because this thing is now burned. Residual damage is going to rack up. And we'll see what Pat wants to do next. Pat is going to go into Mega Venusaur here, probably carrying the HP Fire, and I think he's going to scare out the Mawile, and Tan is going to go into a specially bulky Pokemon in the form of Goodra, and there's the HP Fire, and Goodra is going to eat that up and maybe possibly be Assault Vest, and we'll see if we have a special or a physical attack coming from the Goodra. He is very versatile in his move pool, and there is a Flamethrower. And I'm not sure Pat predicted that, but it was a really good play. And, oh, the Earthquake is there! So it's a mixed Goodra. And that is going to do a lot. Pat sets up his Stealth Rocks. I don't think he expected a mixed Goodra. And then there's 4 times damage on that Heatran. Pat's is going to protect and get some health. So it looks like a support Heatran. Goodra is going to go for the Thunderbolt, maybe predicting the Swellow to come in. Wow, what a good play! That was a good play by Mark. I'm not sure who's gonna switch in right now. He's gonna go back into Mega Venusaur, which is a good play. He can eat up a Thunderbolt. or a Earthquake and eat up a Flamethrower too. So that doesn't do a lot. We'll see if Pat has any form of recovery on this Venusaur, but he's just going to go for a Sludge Bomb. And Goodra is taking those like a champ. So Goodra is sitting out here with a mixed move set, and he is delivering hits right now. So there is the Synthesis, so Pat is packing a form of recovery. So this could take a while. Pat just might want a Sludge Bomb to try to get the poison. We'll see if... here comes Cresselia, who's probably going to eat the Sludge Bomb. Is probably a special wall. He is a shiny Cresselia. Oh, he doesn't take that, I guess, as well as I thought. And the poison is going to take effect, so that is going to negate the leftovers. But I'm not sure if Pat's going to want to stay in here and take a Psychic Attack. Probably not. So Pat is going to switch out maybe into his Heatran. There it is. Who will resist Psychic Attacks and is kind of a special wall. Oh, but Mark's going to Thunder Wave here. Maybe predicting a switch or thinking he can live probably another special attack. Mark gets off a Thunder Wave. This Heatran has been paralyzed a lot this year. I think it's been paralyzed in 2 other matches, and that's all Heatran's been able to do. This is only his 2nd match, though. I think no, that's not true. Okay, that's not true. That stat is messed up. This is not Heatran's 2nd match. This is Heatran's 3rd match, not his 2nd. I'll have to change that stat, Pat. I apologize for that, but I've been wrong the whole time. Pat's going to protect and get some more leftovers as Tan just goes for the Mach Punch. A Trick Room has not been set up yet. I do see 2 setters as in the form of Carfagrus and Bronzong, but there's not been a Trick Room set up yet. So Pat is going to go into Venusaur, take an Ice Punch here. It's going to do a lot. Tan might be Iron Fist. He might be holding an Expert Belt to boost his punching moves. But the thick fat, Venusaur does not look like he is invested at all in defense. I don't think he's taking those that well. I feel like I've seen a Venusaur take him better. There's a critical hit. A critical hit is going to be scored there. Pat cannot live another because of that critical hit. And this Conkeldurr is putting a lot of pressure right now on Pat. Blastoise is going to take an Ice Punch real nicely. Let's see what this Blastoise is going to want to do. I expect maybe a Drain Punch here from Mark. Oh, no, he's going to switch out. And we might see the Goodra come back in. Oh, no, the Bronzong. Bronzong is going to come back in. And he's going to get roared away. So I guess that was Pat's plan. They try to get this Blastoise in and just get the Conkeldurr out of there because it was putting too much pressure on his team offensively with those Ice Punches. So we'll see what Pat wants to do here. He is going to switch. I think a first Trick Room might be coming here from Mark 10. I could see him doing that. And no, he's going to switch out too. And let's see what he wants to go into. He's going to go back in the Bronzong. So I think he's trying to maybe get rocks up. He's trying really hard. This is not a favorable matchup considering that a Lava Plume could hit. And there's the Earthquake because the Heatran is paralyzed. And the Bronzong is going to take it out with a 4 times effective Earthquake. So instead of setting up the Trick Room or rocks, Mark is going to hit the Heatran with an Earthquake. Pat's going to come in and Scald, and a Toxic is going to be put on this Bronzong. I'm not sure. The Trick Room is not being set up. I'm not sure if Tan is running the Trick Room here. He might have baited all of us that he was going to do that, and he might not be running a Trick Room team. So that strategy might be out the window. I've seen Toxic. I've seen Earthquake. I think there was a Gyro Ball in there. And I don't think Bronzong is setting up a Trick Room, so we have a wild card move from Tan here. Not setting up a Trick Room. We could see a Goodra Cresselia switch. There is Goodra coming in to soak up these Scalds and not take a lot of damage from him because I resisted. That did 4.7%. So Goodra is in a position here, and he is packing the T-Bolt. The T-Bolt is going to do a lot of damage to really everything that wants to come in, the Azelf or the Venusaur. And so Blastoise is going to stay in here and take that and get rid of the rocks, but he is taking toxic damage from that Bronzong. And this is not good. Pat just might want to sack it off here. Or he can maybe go into Venusaur and get a Synthesis up. I don't think he wants to do that, and the Blastoise is gone. So Mark Tan is at a 3-0 advantage right now. Here comes the Azelf, who's probably carrying the Dazzling Gleam. I'm not sure if Goodra can live one at half, depending on if he's Assault Vest or not. and the Bronzong comes in. This might just be fodder. And a nasty plot is set up, so Pat predicts the switch. Gudra probably fearing the dazzling gleam, and a nasty plot is set up, and the Zelf can probably shadow ball from here. It's gonna side shock, and Bronzong is gonna live that. Maybe he expected a switch, but I think other moves might have done more depending on what he's carrying. So Bronzong lives another turn. Pat is going to get off another nasty plot. Holy shit. And this is Elf is ready to do some work as Mark puts a timer on him with a Toxic. And I'm pretty sure this Bronzong is going down next turn. Tan just might want to leave it in to sack it off. But we will see. And there's a side shot. I'm not sure if he's carrying anything else. But these are resisted hits. And the Gyro Ball crits. That is huge. That is huge. The Bronzong is staying in here. I'm not sure if Pat has any other move to deal with it, but now he finally switches out. Toxic is in effect. A Gyro Ball did crit. And we'll see what this Elf wants to do now. He does go for another side shock. It is resisted, but I'm not sure what the third move might be on this Elf. The Toxic is going to take him out. So Bronzong staying in there and doing a lot of work. In comes the Venusaur. He's going to take rock damage. Tan is up 5-2 right now, and is putting a lot of pressure on Pat. We'll see what happens here. A Flamethrower is going to take Venusaur down the 1, and he does get the burn. If he did not synthesis here, he is dead. He does synthesis here, saving his Venusaur. Probably wanted to synthesis stall him. There is residual damage now on that Venusaur, so it's going to be a bit harder. But Pat is trying to save Grace here, and he goes for a Sludge Bomb and does get the poison. I'm pretty sure Gudra has been outspeeding, though. The burn is going to take out Venusaur, so Pat is down to his last Pokemon. Swallow is going to take damage. When he comes in from the Stealth Rocks, he's going to take about 25% of damage. I'm expecting to protect right here now to get up his... Oh, he's just going to quick attack? That works, too. Tan sacks off his Gudra. And he is up 4-1 now. This Swallow is in. I think maybe a Cofagrigus would be good. Because he's immune to Facada, Bravebird. Let's see how much it does. Tan doubles out. And he goes into Mega Mawile. Probably just trying to stall, get residual damage and burn damage. I'm sure that's what Tan's trying to do. So Tan's gonna get hurt by the burn here. So a Swallow. So I think Tan is just trying to wear this thing down. Now, depending on if it has Roost or not, we will see. A Quick Attack is going to take out the Mawile, but it is dying due to burn damage. I'm not sure how much Pat has left in him here. How much the Atlanta Bravebirds have left in him here. Here comes Bronzong. So Tan is playing it very safe and just wearing down this Swallow. A Facade is going to kill, but a Swallow is going to take more burn damage. So the captain of the Atlanta Bravebirds is sitting out here, and he's trying to save the day, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Conkeldurr might come in and just hit him up with a Mach Punch, and I think that's going to be the game right here. That's what I foresee. And there is the Mach Punch, and that is the game. Mark Tan comes away with the victory. The Milwaukee Mawiles, coached by Mark Tan, come away with the victory and win a 2-0. Close. I guess it wasn't as close as it may seem, but Swallow was trying to mount a comeback there. He is the captain of the Milwaukee Mawiles, and he, I lost my train of thought there. Swallow is the captain of the Atlanta Bravebirds, and he was trying to save Grace there, but it was too little too late. Mark had already put enough holes into Pat's team, and look, that Sableye being gone. Mega Mawile is just too much with that play rough, even after burn, and he took out that Sableye. And then there were other holes put in his team. Heatran took 2 Earthquakes that I don't think he was expecting from a Bronzong and a Gudra. 2 unstabbed Earthquakes, but they are 4 times effective, and that's kind of what did him in the end, plus being paralyzed, which he has been paralyzed every match so far. Gudra actually did a lot of work with he's T-bolting, and he's T-bolting the Blastoise and Flamethrowering the Azelf. And then the Gyro Ball on that Bronzong on the Azelf, really hurt him. I'm rambling right now, but that was a great match. I'm glad I picked this to be the match of the week. So um, I will adjust the stats. I will fix Heatran's games played because that is not right. It is not one. It's a lot of numbers to go through every week. But Mark Tan improves to 2-3, and Pat goes to 2-3 as well. So Mark Tan did not set up one trick room this entire match. I forgot I didn't say that. He did not go with a trick room team. I think he might have thrown that out the window, and he is losing 2 trick room setters and Bronzong um and Porygon 2. I think Mark Tan might be throwing trick room out the window. The only trick room setter that I think he might have, well, Cresselia could do it, I think, and Cofagrigus. But everyone else that he's picking up will not be trick room. So maybe he's just running a really bulky, slow team that hits hard. We'll see where Mark Tam's team goes in the future. But that's going to be the game. This is going to be the Atlanta Bravebirds' third straight loss. So they're going to be looking to rebound next week. They really need it. They might have a players-only meeting, and they're gonna see what they can do. So that was the match. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for my rambling on. Um, and we're gonna stop right here. Coming at you next week with some Week 6 action. This is the end of Week 5, and I will see you then. Bye.